Detroit Lions fans, welcome back in Detroit Den 313 with Steve. I don't have fantastic news for you. It's not the end of the world news, but it is kind of some disappointing news for me personally. I'll let you guys leave how you feel in the comments. We'll talk about it. Please hit that like button. Greatly appreciated. I got to talk about DJ Reader, and I'm going to tell you I'm a little disappointed. He hasn't been practicing lately. We all know about his torn quadriceps. Kind of nursing himself back to full strength. And I'm okay with him missing training camp. I don't mind that. I don't care. It's just practice. It's reps. He's a veteran. I know he knows how to conduct himself, but I got an ESPN alert that it was just kind of made me sad. You know, this is it right here. I'll leave it up. If you guys want to hit pause, read this real quick. I'm not going to read it or leave it up forever, but it just kind of says that we maybe should start preparing ourselves for DJ Reader missing some NFL regular season games. That's just how I feel. Torn quadricep, not familiar with that injury. I mean, I know what it is, but personally, I cannot relate to an injury like that. And what's disappointing, why I use the word disappointed, is because this was one of my favorite free agent targets. I was talking about, and it wasn't on air, so I can't have anyone back this up besides Will, but he's not here. Talking with Will a lot offline about some stuff after the season ended, and I kind of threw out DJ Reader like early. I'm talking like a couple days after the season ended. I was like, hey man, DJ Reader's a free agent. He'd be a good guy to get. I'd like him. Solid in the run game, veteran, massive dude, athletic, takes up double teams. Look what he did for Trey Hendrickson, like that kind of stuff. It is there. I guess you just have to take my word for it. So I'm disappointed that maybe we don't see him week one, and how long that injury is going to linger, I don't know. And again, I'm not panicking. I'm just disappointed because that was one of my favorite free agent signings of the past season. But one of my favorite draft picks, Mekhi Wingo's looking pretty good. And I think we got enough guys on this Detroit Lions team to kind of, kick the can down the road, let DJ get healthy. If it's 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's okay. It's not ideal as a fan, but I understand from a football standpoint, we have some guys we can throw in at that defensive tackle position and just kind of hold the water. We're not taking on, our boat's not sinking, nothing like that. I'm not stressing. I'm just disappointed. That's the word I'm going to keep using. We have plenty of guys that can fill DJ Reader's role. They might not be as impactful, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Sorry, I had to try to think of one there because I have to be very careful with what I say sometimes. But I don't think we're in any trouble because we've been getting some very good news and updates about Levi Onwuzurike. I've said before that I think that this is a make or break season for Levi, and I think he's kind of taken that to heart. Don't know if he watches the show. Levi, I'm cheering for you if you are. Also, if you want to come on the podcast, hit me up on Twitter. We'll figure something out. But he's locked in, man. And I use the words locked in because that's exactly what he told a reporter the other day when he was kind of walking off the field, going toward the locker room, and they were trying to pull him to the side for the locker room. He just kept walking. And he said, I'm locked in. Sorry, guys, no interviews. So I think Levi could really take that role for DJ Reader while he's out. Again, just sucks because I really, really just can't wait to see DJ in some pads, man. I think Aiden Hutchinson and Jack Campbell are going to be the two that benefit the most from that, but we will see it. The main priority is getting DJ Reader fully healthy. If that takes 2, 3, 4 weeks, that's perfectly fine. Broderick Martin is another guy we can maybe look to step up. Hey, going into year 2, I know Brad Holmes labeled him as a quote unquote project player, but how long of a project? We don't know. We haven't really played real football yet. We'll do that in, I think, a week from today. Today's Thursday, August 1st. So I think the Lions have their first home game next week, and we'll get a better understanding of what Broderick Martin can do. So we have some guys that can really step up. Mekhi Wingo, another guy, rookie, my favorite draft pick from this past season's draft. I thought he was a stud. I thought he had 3rd round talent, and we got him in round 6. He's looked good. He's athletic. He's explosive. A massive explosive first step. I've seen it on film. I've seen some other guys talking about it who have been at the practices. They talk about Mekhi Wingo's first step, man, and how explosive and fast it is. He won some reps the other day against Kevin Zeitler, got me excited. I know sometimes as a fan, I kind of have to reel in my excitement, but sometimes it's really hard, guys. It's really hard when you put a lot of time and effort into doing research on these guys, and you don't want to be wrong. You want to give a fair, respectful opinion, even if you don't think they're going to pan out. But I do think Mekhi Wingo is going to be a solid contributor for this team. So he's another guy we could possibly have step into DJ Reader's role while he's out for a little bit. And Mekhi Wingo, I think what he has to offer is some versatility. When I look at Levi and Broderick Martin, I see mostly purely defensive tackles. And I know Levi has taken some reps at the edge. I think that's just kind of a feeler. Hey, maybe he can do it. Maybe he can't. But I feel like Levi will really thrive most in a defensive tackle role, whereas Mekhi Wingo, he's got athleticism that you could put him outside at that opposite defensive end side of Aiden Hutchinson, or you can move him inside. But I don't think he's going to be dominant from the inside. I think he could be a contributor, but I think if he could really get his athleticism on an island against a tackle one-on-one, I think that's where he would thrive a little bit more. And then Josh Paschal. Josh Paschal is kind of a Swiss Army knife. He can do it all. He can play defensive end, defensive tackle. He can rush standing up from the middle. Like he can kind of do it all. And he might not be a lead at one thing, but he's really good at a lot of things. And I'd like to throw Kaminsky into this category, but our thoughts and prayers are with John Kaminsky. Heal up, man. I said it the other day, not exactly sure what that means for his Detroit Lions career. We'll just have to kind of see what happens later down the road. I know there's still a chance he could come back in a playoff push, but I don't know. I don't want to put that kind of time pressure on someone. So I'm just kind of going under the assumption that John Kaminsky is out for the season until I hear some fantastic news otherwise. And I hope that happens, but I have to operate under we will not have John Kaminsky on this team this year. So I have Levi Onwuzurike, Broderick Martin, Mekhi Wingo, Paschal all stepping up and playing that defensive tackle role while DJ Reader's out. Look, I think our defensive line is going to be just fine. I think our defensive line is slowly beginning to be one of our strengths, one of our absolute pillars of this team, winning in the trenches. We've been a little weak there. We've been very good in the run game, but when it comes to actually moving pockets, pushing pockets back, causing chaos from the defensive line standpoint, it's really just been mostly Aiden Hutchinson with a little glimpse of Alim McNeill, who I haven't even mentioned because I don't think Alim McNeil's stepping into DJ Reader's role because Alim McNeil is already a starter. So that's why I have not mentioned Alim McNeill. I have not forgotten about him. I'm just looking at guys who are going to be playing next to Alim McNeill. I think if we can get DJ Reader back fully healthy, ready to go, that's the most important thing. Like I said, I think that's going to open the door for Aiden Hutchinson. You put DJ and Hutch on the same side of the defensive line, you have to double team DJ Reader. You have to. That means you're putting Aiden Hutchinson one-on-one with a tackle, or you're going to help with a tight end or a running back. And I think he should win. Aiden Hutchinson should win those matchups most of the time. Like, obviously it's the NFL, you know, guys are going to have your number on a play here or there, but I think Aiden Hutchinson's really just going to be creating chaos this year. In all the reports that I've seen out of training camp are good about Hutch. It's just, we don't have to talk about Hutch because he's just that good. Like, we know what we're going to get out of him. The rest of the D-line, Marcus Davenport, that's another guy I maybe should mention, but I feel like he's mostly a defensive end. He's got the size to play inside, but I feel like we should just leave him alone on that other defensive end spot mostly and just kind of rotate him in with guys like Paschal, Wingo, maybe even Matthew Betts, who a lot of people think is like the greatest pass rusher of all time. I don't understand that one. And I'm going to talk about that later on. I do have some notes prepared, but guys, I'm disappointed. DJ Reader might have to miss some real games. It sucks. I was kind of hoping maybe we could see him week one, but from that report that I showed, if you guys want to go back, I'll put it up one more time right here, just kind of saying maybe get prepared for DJ Reader to miss some time during the regular season. So like I asked before, leave some comments down below, hit that like button, stick around, guys. I'll be back later with another show.